Hey everyone, thanks for coming to visit me today. I am Megan and this is my channel Avid Reads. Today I want to do a queer / lgbtqiap booktuber shout out video. So I'm going to try to keep this intro short and concise, but I do have some thoughts I want to share that I feel are important. The reason that I want to do this video is because I think it's really important to listen to what marginalized people have to share with us. As a reader, and as someone who has always really enjoyed learning, I think it is extremely important to listen and be willing to learn and be educated. And since I've started watching Booktube, and even more so since I've started my own channel, I really have tried to make sure I'm watching a really good assortment of people different from me in many different ways. As a white allo cis het person, there's so many people out there that are different from me, that have different life experiences, and who've experienced, just have experienced different things that I have no personal experience with. I feel like I'm saying the same thing 20 million times, but this is it. Oh. My life views have changed so much over the last several years. I feel like I'm a completely different person, and so many of those views have changed because I've taken the time to listen to people willing to educate me, people that are not responsible for educating me, but who have been open and willing to answer my questions about things that I didn't understand. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Queer folks have been some of the most loving, kind, open people that I've ever known. And I guess I just want to return the favor a little bit because they've been so willing to open their lives and tell me what they have experienced. And yeah, so it's important to me, and I think it should be important to all of us in this booktube community, because isn't that what reading is about, is learning and being open to other experiences? And I just want to see readers willing to listen and be educated and stop feeling as if they need to defend themselves or make excuses, because I feel that that is contrary to what we should be doing here. So I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite booktubers who happen to be queer or lgbtqiap+. And some of these booktubers are new to me that I've just discovered, but they have really powerful videos that I want to share. So I will be linking all of these channels, and if there's a specific video, I will link the specific video down below. So, let's see. The first person I'm going to talk about is Lucy at Things Lucy Reads. I just found her channel like 2 days ago. She has a couple really great videos. She identifies as lesbian. So the video that I'm going to link is The Same Nonsense Again. So as you can tell from the title, this is not the first time that she has talked about issues of silencing and erasure of the LGBTQ plus community. Another video she did a couple years ago was about the Code of Silence on Booktube, but I'm going to link the one that she just posted a couple days ago. I haven't watched many of her videos, and so I have subscribed, and I'm going to try to catch up on some of her older videos, because she has not been as active over the last few months. So I'm going to catch up on her older stuff, and you know, I don't know if she's going to start back up or not, but she does have some very important videos with very important information to share. Next is a bigger booktuber, Simon at Avid Reads. He is in the UK. He identifies as gay. He talks a lot about like the Man Booker Prize, long lists, short lists, winners, and the Costa Award and other awards. But he also talks about some more hyped books as well. I just really like listening to him. He has a great sense of humor. One of his more recent videos that I have added to my watch list because I want to watch it soon is an interview with Juno Dawson, who wrote The Gender Games, and Juno is a trans woman. And I've heard it's a great book. He also does LGBT hauls and reviews, and yeah, I believe he has some videos from Pride Month, specifically on LGBTQ books and issues. So he's great. So if you have not subscribed to him, you definitely should. Another booktuber I want to talk about is Michael Harris. He formerly had the channel Michael's Shelf, and he started a new channel. So if you've previously watched him, then definitely check him out on his new channel, which is just Michael Harris, and I will link his channel. He is from Australia and identifies as gay, and I just really enjoy listening to him. And he talks about all sorts of different kinds of books and has a wide reading thing. Next, and this is another booktuber that if you don't follow her and haven't heard of her, then I don't know where you've been. But this is Cece at Problems of a Book Nerd. She is awesome. I think she's probably the first queer / LGBT booktuber that I found. She identifies as gay / queer. I'm pretty sure, yeah, she was actually the first person that I reached out to when I had the idea of this video, because I really respect her opinion in this community. She's extremely friendly. She does, like, just regularly talks about LGBTQ books. She does have, like, separate videos where she's talking about specifically books from that genre, but it's just it's just part of her channel is just Pride. She does videos on fandom, on Harry Potter. She does lots of vlogging. I love her vlogs. I don't know what it is, but she's just so much fun to watch. She has awesome monthly favorite videos. I have really enjoyed getting to know her and her girlfriend Janelle, and who sometimes makes appearances in her videos. I just love her. She's just great. She's just so much fun. Okay, next is a more recent booktuber Booktuber find of mine, which is Ashley from Tea Leaves and Bookbindings. I believe I found her a month or so ago, I think maybe during Pride. She identifies as bi/pan, and she's demi-romantic, and she's also comfortable with the label queer. So first of all, she's been on here for 4 years, which is awesome. Cece's also been here for a very long time, or no, maybe Cece's only been here for a couple years. Anyway, whatever. But it just surprises me that Ashley's been here for 4 years, and she has a fairly, I'm not trying to be like comparison or big booktubers are better, but it just surprises me. She's got like, I feel like she should have more subscribers because she just has awesome things to share, and she's going to be starting, I have to find my right page, or she has started, and she's going to be doing more of the series Reading While Queer. And she posted a video in that series yesterday or the day before called Silence is Not, I'm trying to read my notes, Silence is Not Normalization. I'm going to link that video specifically because I just think it's a great video. She's really sharing her feelings and emotions and thoughts on the subject of LGBTQ literature and like how important it is to identify that is what, I'm sorry, my kids are being noisy. That when you're reading an LGBTQ book, that you identify that that's what it is, and don't try to avoid the subject of, like this is a male-male romance or whatever. So anyway, I just think that's very important. So I'm going to link that video specifically, but you should definitely check her out if you don't already follow her. Next, Jen Campbell. Again, she's a more big, my kids are distracting me. Okay, they're going back downstairs, so hopefully I don't have to pause this and remind them they need to be quiet. Okay, so Jen Campbell she identifies as bi, and I believe she uses the term queer for herself sometimes, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember her calling herself queer. She is not only a voracious reader, but she is an author and a former bookseller, and she's in the UK, and I love her videos. I have learned so much from her, not just about LGBTQ subject matter, but she talks a lot about deformity in the media, and deformity is the word that she uses. Some people might have an issue with that word, but I know she has talked about in some of her videos why she chooses that word. But she talks about the media representation of LGBTQ and deformity and disability, and she does an awesome series of fairy tale origins, which often ties into how deformity is portrayed in the media. She has an awesome video on queer coding. I just love Jen. She's just, I've just learned so much from her, and I just think she's great, and she's very friendly and open. And I also want to mention The Boy Who Cried Books. He identifies as queer, gay, and Latinx. He's just a blast to watch. He's fabulous, and he does have videos on LGBTQ recs and recommendations, and he also does My Lit Box unboxings, which I like because I love My Lit Box, and you hardly ever see anyone really on Booktube talk about My Lit Box, which is a book subscription service that focuses on authors of color. My children are like pounding on the door or something. I'm sorry. I did tell them I was about to record. They just don't listen. Okay. Okay. So I don't have, when people have like the X's at the beginning and end of their, I don't know how, so I'm just gonna say X Reading Solace X. I just found them. They have a great video, my experiences as a queer teen. They identify as queer, I believe, non-binary or gender fluid and or. I just started watching them, so I'm not necessarily clear on all of the identifiers they might use, but I know that they use they, them, their pronouns and identify as queer and like gender neutral / non-binary / gender fluid. They also have a video that I want to watch called Normalizing Representation in the Media. That sounds really cool, and I want to check that out. And the final person that I'm going to tell you about is not a booktuber per se. She is just a YouTuber that talks about gender and identity, and that is Riley J. Dennis. She is a queer / trans woman, and she has a great video. She's got tons of great videos, so you should definitely check out anything that looks interesting to you, but I'm going to link her video, How to Make a Good Apology. I believe it was Ashley Ashley from Tea Leaves and Bookbindings that tweeted it on Twitter, but it's a really good video. It talks about how just because you say, oh, I'm sorry, or something, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually apologizing, and she goes into, like, the steps of a good apology, and I know that can seem a little, like, ridiculous or overbearing that she's telling us how to apologize, but unfortunately, in this current society, that seems to be necessary, that people just don't know how to make a good apology. So check that out with an open mind. Take into consideration what she's saying about why we need to be specific in our apologies. If we've offended someone, you don't need to be offended over the fact that someone is saying you offended them. Just take it as a learning experience. If you want to be an ally, that's what you need to do. You need to be willing to learn. They're opening themselves up to telling you about their lives and what they've experienced and why whatever you did was hurtful. So just humble yourself a little bit and be willing to learn. That's what this human experience is about, is learning about our differences, celebrating our differences, and being willing to say, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to do that thing. I didn't realize. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm going to try to do better from now on. It's not that big of a deal. So those are all the booktubers I wanted to tell you about, and YouTubers in general. So finally, I just want to say thank you to those in our community who have been willing to share things that are deeply personal to you. Thank you for being here. You are valued, you are important, you are loved, just the way you are. There's nothing wrong with your identity. There's nothing wrong with whoever you love or whoever you don't love. If you're A on the lgbtqiap spectrum, then who you don't love, you're just awesome just the way you are. And yeah. And for anyone out there who might be watching who is questioning or is not questioning, but maybe is not out, and maybe you're going through a hard time in your life, just know that you are wonderful just the way you are, just the way you were created, and we care about you, and life does get better. And if you are in a place in life where you don't have a ton of support, then, know that you do have support in this community, and we do care about you and the things that you are going through. So I guess that's it. I'm going to link all the videos and channels down below. I hope that this video has been helpful in some way. And also, if you are on the LGBTQIAP spectrum and I didn't mention you and you'd like to mention your channel or another channel that you know and watch, please feel free to discuss all that in the comments. Obviously, I can't talk about everyone. I'm sure there's tons of people out there that I don't know about, so please feel free to let us know if there's anything that I've said that you want to correct from your experiences. Please, I always, in all of my videos, want to